Welcome to the new interview question and answer series. So today we will discuss about the Infosys interview questions and answers for the role of ETL tester, and the experience is 3 to 5 years. Okay, so first and the second questions are the same. So first and second questions are like, first question is explain yourself and second is explain about your project architecture. So basically these two questions are depends on your experience and your project actually. So I have not included that question in this video. So we will see the remaining questions. The question number one is, can you explain the defect life cycle? The defect life cycle, or also called as bug life cycle. So during the execution of the test case, we found any deviation between actual and expected result. Then I have taken artifacts and evidence and contact to the on-site coordinator and team. Based on that call discussion, I have raised a bug report to particular developer with a status as new. Now developer may undergo four different scenario. Open, open, whatever I have reported it is valid, he maintains status as open, it means he is working on that. Reject, he maintains a status as reject when whatever I reported is invalid, so that's why it's a reject. Then third is a duplicate, he maintains a status as a duplicate when whatever I have reported is valid but it is already reported by other tester of the team. Okay, it may be the reported in previous sprint as well, so that's why it's a duplicate. And deferred, he maintain a status as a deferred when whatever I reported is valid but they are not considered in current sprint release, they may consider in future release. So after completing the build by the developer, he deploy in testing environment and maintain a status as fix. The then tester maintain a status as a retest when where the tester will test the build. The tester maintain a status as close when the actual and expected result matches. If the result is not matched, then the tester mention as status as a reopen to particular developer again until it repeated to reach the status as close. So this is about the defect life cycle. So you can see this is a defect life cycle. Next question is types of bugs what you found in your projects. So answers are the generally we got that data integrity issues, like data is not available or data corrupted. So data is not we can say the consistency data consistency is not there, so that's why it's a data integrity issues. Data truncation issues, data is truncated. Data loss, okay, while the ETL process the data may loss which is not loaded into the target. Data type mismatch, so it's a metadata type of bug, validation into the bug. Then misplaced data, so data is misplaced in other column, so while the ETL developer maybe while doing the mapping actually he wrong the map column, wrong mapping, wrong column actually, so it's a misplaced data. Calculation and transformation bugs, so it depends on the business rules, whatever the calculations are given it's wrong actually, so it's why the calculation transformation bug. Data duplications, missing data, schema mismatch, and load condition bug. So these types of bugs normally found in our project. Now what is the maximum volume of data you have validated in your project? So you can according to your project you can tell the one of the answer here. So I have given the five type here. The one is a small data, so you can say that your size is up to 100 MB, so row is up to 1 lakh. Okay, so you can say a small data, but you should provide the size of the data and row of the data. Okay, any one actually you can provide at least the size. The medium size is 100 MB to 10 GB, and its row is 1 lakh to 10 million rows. Large data, the size is 10 GB to 1 TB, and rows are 10 million to 1 billion rows. So normally in the ETL actually we consider medium and large data, and very large and big data, these are mostly we'll found into the big data testing actually. Okay, so your answer is in between that medium to large data. if your it depends on the project actually. Then suppose if you have 20 GB text data for the validation, how you are validated this data without using automation tool. So the validating this this is one of the questions asked into the interview. Like validating a 20 GB means like that is a more data. So text files manually without automation tool would be doubting the task actually. But we may possible approach. These are the sampling. The number one is the sampling. Instead of validating the entire file, you could take a random sample of the data, and so we can do the sampling. Okay. Then chunking, divide the file into the smaller and more manageable chunks. You can then validate each chunk individually. Okay, so if possible, the automating, you can say the answer into that, the automating the validation process using the script or dedicated software would be more practical solution of these types of questions. Okay. Next is what is a slowly changing dimension tables and its type. So the value or data of the tables are changes over a long period. We called as slowly changing dimensions. So it is called as SCD. So there are three types of SCD. SCD type 1 in which we can maintain only current data. So this can be achieved by overwriting an old data. SCD 2 we can maintain current and all complete historical data. This can be achieved by inserting a new row. Type 3, SCD type 3 is maintain current and partial historical data. This can be achieved by inserting as a pair of attribute. What is the sprint retrospective in the Agile methodology? The answer is at the end of every sprint, after every release of the sprint, team reveals about what went well during the sprint, what went wrong during the sprint, and how we can improve the sprint in future. So the sprint retrospective meeting is generally for the improvement. Okay, it is for the improvement purpose. Now the next question is, what is the difference between rank and dense rank function? So the rank and dense rank both are the Windows functions, and the rank function does not return the duplicates actually. Okay, so whenever there is a actually multiple occurrence, so it's not returns the value duplicates, and the dense ranks functions always returns the actually the consecutive values actually. Okay, so here you can see the examples is given here. Suppose there is 100, 200, 200, 300, 300, 400. So you can tell the example also. So rank for the 100 it's 1, 200 it's 2, next 200 it will skip the next value that is 3 and it will become a 2. Then 300 it skip the 3, it already skipping the 3, so it will be 4 now. Okay, so likewise actually in the dense rank it's you can see the 1, 2, 2, and then after 2 it does not skip the duplicates actually. So after 2 it will be 3, 3, 4. Okay, so this is a basic difference between rank and dense rank. Next question. What is the difference between full join and right join? So full outer join returns all the records from the right table and the match records from left table. So it means in short, the right joins which founds the records from right table, okay, and match records from the left. Whereas the full outer join will return all the records when there is a match in the either left or right table actually. So this is the difference between left and sorry full and right join. Now how to convert the null value into the non-null values in any string? So we can use the NVL function. If you use the Oracle database, we can use the NVL function. If you use the Microsoft SQL Server, we can use the is null. Okay, so you can tell this syntax like select NVL column name into single quote default value from table name. Okay, so that default value will replace the null. So select is null column name replacement value from table name. Now there is a SQL query. The question is on SQL queries. Okay, so there are four SQL queries. So first SQL query is write a SQL query to fetch the records from name field. Those records end with letter A. Okay, so we need to find out the records which is end with A. So we can use the wildcard, and we use the like operator here. So answer is the select star from table where name like percent a in single quote percent a. Okay, the percent a means it will end with a actually. Okay, so we will see into the database as well. Okay, so you can okay, after this actually we will see that into the database. So you can see, yeah, in the database here. Okay, I have taken this example of this actually employee table. You can see the employee tables, and here we will find out like the answer. Okay, we will find out the answer of like star from employee, select star from employee where employee name like percent n. So you will take one example of this like operator. So you can see it is fetching the name from which is ending the n. Okay, so instead of the star I will just mention here as employee name in this table actually. Okay, so you can see the result is, yeah, you can see the result is like it's a end with n actually. Okay, so likewise actually we use this actually a percent a. Okay, next is can you fetch the first name from this string actually. The name is a Bill Gates. The we can use the substring index actually, substring here. So we can use this substring index Bill Gates. Okay, one space. Okay, and one starting position is one as a first name, or either you can use this select substring Bill Gates. Starting position is given here as a one, and the ending position is four. Okay, so because first name is end with 4, so as a first name. Okay, so you can write the query here like I have already written the query here. Okay, we will run the query. So you can see the answer is Bill. Okay, from that string. Okay, here you can see the Bill. Okay, now the next question, consider the employee table, and into that there are four columns: employee ID, employee name, salary, and department ID. Write a query to fetch the employee working in the same department, who is working in the same department. Okay, so we can use the join actually here, the same join, because there is one table only. Okay, so we can join the in self join, and we can find out the employee who are working into the same department actually. Okay, the same department. So here we will join that. Select, you can see the E1 employee ID, E1 employee name. Okay, all the fields from the employee one table from employee E1, we given the alias name as the E1. Then join employee E2. Okay, on we will join the this table on this specific condition. The common condition is E1 dot department ID is equal to E2 dot department ID, where but due to these conditions we will get that actually the employee who are working in the same department, E1 dot employee ID which is not equal to E2 dot employee ID. Okay, so this condition is very important for the self join. Okay, for these types of problems, so just remember these types of problems actually. So you can see the next point is here. Yeah, here you can see this is the query actually. So we will run this query. Okay, you will find out the answer is like there is a employee ID which is having the same department. Okay, so previously you can see the select star from employee. So this is the employee table. You can see the number of employees. There are 5 records actually, and there are different department ID. But if you see there are two department IDs are same. Okay, so we will match this employee which is working into the department. Okay, so that's why actually we will do that. We will write the query, self join query, and we will, you can see this is the answer. Okay, so the employee ID which is working in the same department here, this is the answer. Now the last question is write a SQL query for the position of L1 given string for the following actually. So this is a L1 evaluation. Okay, this is a L1 evaluation, so you need to find out that the position of this L1. Okay, so we can use, of course, the in string. So select in string, then given string. Okay, then what we want actually, it's a L1. Okay, so as a position, so we will get a 9. Okay, we will see the output, the execution actually. So this is actually query we written here. Okay, and you can see the position is 9. Okay, so so this is about this interview. And if you have any doubt, any comments, you can comment it below. And like and subscribe the channel. Actually, you will get that more interview questions on this channel. Okay, thank you.